Hey there, Assalamualaikum. Sheikh, how are you doing?
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm fine, alhamdulillah. How are you, Ahmed?
I'm doing fantastic. So, guys, we have Mufti Bilal here with us, and there's going to be a multiple question there, and they're going to be released on different videos. So, every video is going to have its own question and its own context of conversation. To start off, Ustad, I wanted to ask you the first question. I think this is a very needed question because I'm getting some difference of perspectives on this. Is making income from YouTube ads halal, or just YouTube in general halal?
Hope you guys are enjoying the video. And as you guys are, hit that subscribe button. Let's make that Mashallah money together.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Look, when it comes to YouTube adverts, first of all, as a channel owner, you can choose or you can filter the type of YouTube ads that you want to allow to be played on your channel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, usually, the adverts that's going to be sent on YouTube, they can be different type. Yeah, they can be. There are going to be halal adverts. What I mean by halal adverts, I don't mean adverts, promoting a halal product. Not necessarily. I'm talking about adverts that are free from any sort of haram elements. So you're going to have
Mm-hmm.
this type of adverts, but at the same time, you may have, adverts that are haram, right? For various reasons. Maybe it's like an advert for a gambling company, for example, things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
now you may have, I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't know how it works, but I know that you can filter certain type of adverts that you want to be played
To
on
a
your
certain
YouTube
extent.
channel.
Sorry, question, but
Exactly, to a certain extent.
yeah, to a certain extent, yes.
So this
Yeah.
the filter is not a filter where you're choosing which you want to allow only halal adverts to be played. No, it doesn't work like that, right?
That doesn't exist yet.
It doesn't exist. Okay,
Yeah.
uh, so it's limited. So this filtering process is quite limited.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one thing. Okay, so outside of this filter mechanism, you don't really have a say, or you do not have control over the type of the adverts that will be played. So which means that most likely there are going to be haram adverts that are going to be played
Yes.
on your YouTube channel. Now, the fact that you don't have a hand in that, or you do not have a control over it, does that make you kind of forgiven, basically? Yeah. So now, if you are forgiven, then does it mean that therefore the money that you are collecting is halal for you to use? But on the other hand, if we say that no, actually you're not forgiven, then therefore the money that you will be collecting may not be halal for you to use. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, uh, the position, there are two type of there are two, as far as I'm aware, there are two opinions of the scholars regarding the YouTube adverts. But even okay, so one is that it's not permissible. Okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
not permissible
Okay.
because the ulama will say, okay, look, you try to filter as much as possible. Okay, you try to filter as much as possible what you can do. But even then, even if it's not possible, even if you cannot filter all the haram ones, and that there are haram adverts that are still being played on your YouTube channel, therefore the income that you will be receiving from it is not halal for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's this is how it is. It's not halal for you in the end.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do with it? So the money that you will collect, if you're collecting the money, then you will have to give it away to charities without any hope
Sadaqah.
of being rewarded from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because obviously the money is haram. The second opinion may be seen that for you to actually earn, from you from the adverts. Okay, uh, they may say, the scholars say, look, all you have done is you have provided the platform, meaning your channel. You've provided the platform.
Mm-hmm.
of course, we're talking in the case that your channel is publishing halal content as well, right? Because if you're publishing haram content, then the
So like
question is not going to
I'm
arise.
gonna throw you I'm gonna throw you a little curveball here, and mind you, people need to understand what is halal content and haram content, because makeup tutorials and brothers who are lifting weights and showing their body and their aura is not necessarily halal content. Am I correct on this?
Yeah, it depends. We will not talk about the
But
let's stay away, from anything controversial at the moment, or
perfect.
anything that's going to make somebody unhappy. But coming back to what we're saying is that if your channel is publishing halal content,
Hmm.
uh, you are providing this platform to YouTube to run some ads on it. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Now you're not running these adverts yourself.
Hmm.
Okay, you're not behind the advert. That's
Hmm.
got nothing to do with you. Okay,
Hmm.
so it's like, for example, I've rent out my house to you.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now what you do in it has got nothing to do with me.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you to use my house in a haram way. All I did was
Hmm.
giving you my house. Now
Yeah.
what you do in it has got nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Give and take.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these scholars says, well, because that has got nothing to do with you, therefore the income that you will receive from the YouTube channel may be halal. However, it is not recommended to take it. Now, the second opinion is that the scholars say, if it's actually permissible for you. Obviously, you're going to do as much filtering as you can,
Yeah.
but even if there are some form of haram adverts that's being played on your channel,
Hmm.
then it's fine. You're forgiven. It's got nothing to do with you. You can actually take the commission from it. Why? Because they say, look, your role or your job in that is only to provide the platform, i.e.,
Hmm.
you've provided your channel, which is a platform for YouTube to come and run adverts on it. Now
Hmm.
you've got no say. What adverts they're running on it has got nothing to do with you. You don't know
Hmm.
that. You don't know whether it's going to be halal, haram, this. You got no say in the decision making process.
Hmm.
Okay, they're not sending you a list to say, okay, is it fine for us to run these ads on your channel? It doesn't work like that.
Hmm.
So the fact that you have only provided a platform for them to use it is fine in itself, right? You can provide a platform, a YouTube channel, and say to somebody, "Here's my channel. You can use it."
Hmm.
Yeah, that in itself is not problematic.
Hmm.
Now the question is, can that person then use it for haram purposes? Are you tied up to that? So you've provided a platform. Now they're using it for the wrong with for the wrong objective. Then what's that got to do with you?
Hmm.
Are you sinful because of that or not?
Hmm.
So the scholars, they have a difference of opinion regarding this question. And
Hmm.
this, from the time of Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, they have discussed about this issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or for example, are you allowed to rent a house? So like, for example, I rent you my house.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's halal for me to rent a house.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now, what you going to be doing with the house has got nothing to do with me.
Hmm.
Or does it? Like, for example, now you've taken the house and you turn it into a temple to
Okay.
worship, I don't know, any other god beside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Astaghfar.
Is that permissible? Is it permissible then, therefore, for me to take the money, the rent out of it?
Mm.
That rent halal for me. Now, what are you doing in that temple has got nothing to do with me. I've only provided you with the premises, with the house.
Mm.
That's it. But so some ulama say, well, that has got nothing to do with you.
Hmm.
Yeah, Imam Abu Hanifa said, well, if you go with the principle of Imam Abu Hanifa, rahimahullah, then he has got nothing to do with you.
Hmm.
Yeah, you've
Hmm.
done your bit, which is halal. You've rented something which is halal, which is a house, for example, in this case, or you've sold grapes to someone, which is selling grapes is halal. So that now what they do after that, that's not your problem.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So based on this principle, the ulama who says it's absolutely fine to make money out of YouTube ads, they will actually they will use this principle, right? They will say, well,
Perspective.
it's the
Yeah.
same thing here. You've provided a platform, you've provided your YouTube channel, which is fine. Now, what they do with it has got nothing to do with you. Therefore, the commission you will receive from these ads is absolutely halal.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's not good. I mean, on the other hand, there are other scholars who say no. Uh, Even if you're selling grapes to someone that you know who will be making alcohol out of it, you shouldn't be doing that. Or you shouldn't rent your house to somebody who's going to turn it into something, I don't know, like a brothel, for example. You should, if you know about it, then you shouldn't be doing that. Why? Because they say, look, although you're not part of it,
Mm-hmm.
although you're not part of what they're going to be doing, however, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, do not help one another in committing sin.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that means you are helping, you're facilitating this
Mm-hmm.
sin.
Yep.
So in the same manner, they say, well,
Mm-hmm.
although the YouTube ads that are being run on the channel has got nothing to do with you, but
Mm-hmm.
you are facilitating the promotion of this haram content.
I want to add one more layer on top of this. So, what if you can figure out how much of that content or the work that's being done there that's haram? Can you do income cleansing like we do with stock markets? It's a little bit complicated, but what do you think on that perspective?
Income cleansing. Okay, that was a question.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
income.
can add that that if YouTube can give you a report of every single
Yes, yes,
transaction, then you can kind of know what's going
yes,
on.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay, so let me re-ask the question. But they don't though. As of right now, they don't do that. But I think in the future they might be.
Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So I don't think. So let's just add a little bit more spice onto the conversation.
Yeah.
So what if I can, like for example, like in stock, there's income cleansing. So what if I can figure out how many of my ads are halal versus how many are haram? What do you think? Can we do income cleansing with the YouTube ad revenue?
I think that look, this is not like first of all, it's not like when you're investing in stock. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. It's not. Yeah, you're right.
it's not, because when you're investing in stock in a company, yeah, this is
Mm-hmm.
one entity. Okay, it's one
Mm-hmm.
entity, and
Mm-hmm.
whether when with adverts is various adverts, right? These
Yes.
adverts are not
Mm-hmm.
connected. Yes, it's YouTube running it, but these adverts
Mm-hmm.
are not. They're not connected to one another. Like for
Mm-hmm.
example, Coca-Cola connected to I don't know what is it?
Laurier.
Pampers. What is it? Pampers.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So that they're not connected. Oh yeah, forget about, I don't know, maybe parent company owns this and that. Forget about all that. But they're not, technically speaking, they're not.
Yeah. I get what you mean. I get what you
Yeah.
mean. Yeah.
So in that case, can you do income cleansing? Yeah, I believe you can do. Yes, if there's a way for you to find out where these adverts are coming from, where what kind of adverts they are, and how much money you've been making out of it. If there's a way for you to do that, then you should do income cleansing.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good perspective. I think somebody's got to reach out to YouTube and try to see if they can do that for us. If they can, we might have a solution of some sort. I think. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, nowadays, I'm sure, when it comes to the world of algorithm, you probably know exactly what's happening. But will YouTube bother? Actually, I mean,
Exactly.
do they
Well,
need
YouTube bother
additional
sending you
resources?
a
Yeah,
detailed report of why you made $100
exactly.
this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We can. Okay. So this is a good conversation, and what this leaves with me is a few things. Okay. So there's two perspectives, and you have to take whichever perspective you want to adhere with. And that being said, if one of you guys who's listening and watching wants to reach out to YouTube and CC me in that email of seeing if YouTube will give us a detailed list of the ad revenue coming in and where the revenue is coming in from, that will be fantastic, and we will be very appreciative of that.